to be a teacher. And as I teach.
What's poppin', y'all? Not like you don't know what's poppin'. You know how it go. I was supposed to do the test. Testing 1, testing 2. How y'all doing today? I'm good. Thanks for asking. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I ain't got time for this. Look, we ain't got time for all of this. We're gonna go ahead and do what we do. You already know. That's it. I got, matter of fact, y'all visitors right now. I'm getting ready to put on my shit. Okay, don't play. Yeah, I'm getting a little bit more tidy. Pretty soon I have a couple of things I'll be showing y'all. You know, y'all could be helping out. Helping your damn self because you can't help me. You see, I realized that it took 50 years. That's okay. Okay. Big shout out to gentlemen. Yeah, you already know. You already know, boy. In a minute, son. Yeah, yo, Reverend Mons, pro Mons. Mm-hmm. Ain't nothing like the real thing. Just keep it moving. Keep it moving and grooving. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, it'd be just like that. Just like that. Just like that. You know, it's like just like that, you know. They be like, in a New York minute, what's the problem? I be like, no, it ain't me. You know, this is what I do. Mm-hmm. That's that twitch. You know, that's that twitch. Yo, the characters, you know, just have to just keep them moving, you know. But I always want to say a prayer, you know, and I get this from, you know, the Empress, you know, and it was so many of y'all. Y'all was really, really, really spectacular. When I got a chance to really just absorb the memory, absorb the quality of people that I was around at the time when I was being restored again, you know, because the first time, hey, a lot of things, you know, your parents didn't want you to know it was a struggle. A lot of y'all, you know, hey, y'all was right there in the trenches. Other children, like me myself, I wasn't in the trenches. I had to learn to get in the trenches and scuffle, you know, with the trenches and learn different quality of people and all kind of lights. See, but y'all peeped it right then and there because y'all was forewarned. You know, and I had to go through all the nice guy and all that stuff. Some of y'all came out just straight out the gate. How y'all be? So, and that's how y'all do. And now we trying to put it in a perspective. You know, now that you know you're on top, you did what you had to do. You did a great job. Congratulations. So just wait your turn. Mount the ear. You'll see opportunity for your vision. See, and just put your vision in like you would put your bid in and speak it. And by you speaking, and people hear from what we doing now, we gather, we help one another. It's a done deal. But if you're not saying nothing, we don't articulate, we don't create. We create by the power of the tongue. By the power of the tongue, you create. You do things one this day, that day, and then by a year, you have a year worth, and then you build. That's how it goes. You know, that instant like that, we don't do that. We don't do because what happens is It changes. You see, and really, for what we do, we so swift what we do. That's where they get that, dodging and bobbing, slipping and dipping. You know, it's like each day we get out daily. See, people, that's how far they went away from what we do. People got shit stacked up, like Joseph, you know, that story, you know. It's good to maintain and don't have that particular thing, for harvest time, storage time. That's beautiful, you know. But it's a proper order to things that people they getting ready to get left because they don't have it. It's like never follow a loser. For what? If they ain't adding on to the conversion and the continuation of what is being spoken, if they're interjecting and not adding or listening and try to get some type of something for them, they may not go on right now, but at least they, you know, put themselves in a position to respect what's being said. And that right there, then the guy, he may be talking and you trying to listen, you don't understand it, but you respecting him, and he may even stop and say, "Yo, come on, come on, come on, I'm talking to you," or he may just go back and say, "Yo, blah 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 blah," and this is what I was saying, like you never know. Respect is due. One day before you in this world, a minute, respect. Same day, find out the time, respect. And then respect where you from, the location. If you know you from many miles away and that's what you claiming, and you here, respect here. Great respect, Yankee man. Yankee man, not stupid. Man, we don't stoop for shit. Okay? Bad habits to you, but to you, to us, and we are all now. See, what you don't know was the putting together a plan that was way, way above your head. That's why you came here. You came here for the riches. Yeah, we flip and say bitches. But the bitches is the riches. And the riches is the right. And they say it was Caesar, but they never flipped around on the other side. Because they still controlling shit, so they don't want to be known right now. But them same ones that didn't want to be known then in the descendancy in the bloodline and who put the bloodline in population. See, who programmed the thinking of you listening to me, explaining, taking the unknown and giving it to you so you can have clarity, which is another, yeah. Mm-hmm. And you don't. After the five, you just, you just like program. Just do what you got to do. That's it. That's all you deserve. It's none of your what you're supposed to be doing right now. You're wasting precious time, and you'll see that. So now, getting back to what you were saying, life is very special. We all have a choice, and we all have what we're supposed to do individually, and then to make that happen, you incorporate what you say, all. Some people say alliance, allowance, alliance, allow. You know, uh, all, our, any way you want to put it. It's like, you know, allies. Eli, allies. You know what I'm saying about the E, Eli, L, the source, ally, after that tradition from that which trickled from the source, and then you have a different type of source. For the civil, in the civilizers, in the civil. L, civilizers, Al, civil. That's how intricate it gets. And how do you know this? From the teachings that were taught an elementary level of our who we are and what was taken away from us. That we knew for different locations, different methods to perform and to appreciate Gia, which is called nature or natural or natural or real of the ant. But anyway, which is a living organism. That's the main thing. If you can picture it as a living organism, you good. If you can't, then boom. Matter of fact, that picture right there, right there, right there. These are the we would say prisons. Plantations, incubators, plantations. They say floors from flourish, flourishing, more and more and more. But that, no. It's tears or tears, the tears levels. But I was gonna say incubate, incubate. It's not incubate. Different levels of containment, different levels. Right, right there. Different levels of containment. It's all marked by location. Location is a locked action. Action that's stable locked. Okay, this would just say financial district, right? That particular area was financial area, taking care of financial matters. And financial, as you say, gets into we can straightly say fines, but I didn't want to go. I didn't really want to go through that. But what I was saying that structure right there, and the color, right? The color right there is gray, right? Gray is supposed to be a neutral color, so people take that in the game that they're playing is between good and evil, right? Which is black and white, which is the floor in the McDonald's, you see, but it's the floor of the temples of the sacred that is secret. Secret not to be said by those who was invited to join in to the royal thinking that was connected to the host of the planets that was given to those who were raised up to be like pharaohs, see, or those that was in the bloodline of the angelic realm. See, so that's how they got into position. So you have two types of position. One from a historical, etherical, let's say called spiritual. Spiritual is two words. Spying on our rituals. Ritual is the rites of Ab, which was already diluted to be accessible, usable, and harmless to others. They can have it. See, this is why it says with the crescent, with the crescent, this point in the crescent is religion. This point is the way of life. See, so when people say they got the religion, do they know it's something else? No, they don't. Do the people that got it and it's in their bloodline, do they know it's not a religion? No. Do they know the difference? No. Why? Because it's not their job to talk about it. It's their job to do what they do. Your job is to pry, lie, and try to dismantle anything that goes against your effort to be on top. This is why you inquire. My position is to maintain, as always. So you're in a position that's impossible. I'm in a position that is right and essential in the essence of what's always going to be. What is will always be. What ain't will never be. So sending to the world to do a job and to flip things or set the record straight. We done set the record straight. Record been set straight. Even let you know we was here to set the here, there, been gone, pum, done, did it, done. You know, and other things have come along after that. So, but this is just a spin-off. You know, we're getting into a new crop of humans. Regardless what you tell them, it don't matter. See? And this is why there's so much to be done. People already have their position. It's always will be monitored, regardless. And the sweetness, the respect, the kindness that we taught as swag is filtering. It's going on. And all the rejection, the pain, the agony of what happened before, it doesn't exist because the multitude and those that was leading from the back, where many of you are now in the back. We have created what y'all call it the top, and we congratulate y'all with that. So there's nothing wrong with that. But we have created a new top. You see, and it's over here. So and from that, we have now overlap. Usually we overlap, right? And you got this like this thing, but you got a circle here and a circle here, two circles. But now we pulling here. So now we got our own circle, we got our own thing. So we disengaged from the overlapping. It's not, no. So we got our own thing. It's not tainted with your rituals and your 100-year establishment and your rituals, your heathen and pagan rituals. See the origin. Now, some people may be over here with that mentality in there. Then you have first generation, second generation. But you see again, but the most of them we in the fifth generation of the dumb shit that happened before. As far as what y'all call a generation, 50 years, but that's not our generations. So we're in the many, many generations. So we already, what y'all talking about, we over there doing what we doing. We got a whole nother way, whole nother thinking, whole nother way we do. Whole nother everything about what we do is different. So we in this world, but not of the world you're talking about. We have a global community. You're thinking block to block. We have a structure. We know the importance of paperwork, the importance of time scheduling, studying, the importance of who you be with, who's pulling you down, who you giving your time to. Right now, this right here is it's philanthropy. You know, we for the ones that cheered me on, thank you. For the ones that didn't, thank you. In the same sense, yes. Because it's like this, right? If you're not here, that's what counts. See? And where you at, wherever you be, that's what counts. You are the center of this whole everything. And what you can get out from somebody that you may have heard of or somebody we establishing something that's called cohort, and it has its roots, and then it made a transition into something we can deal with respect towards everyone without a grudge. No more grudges, no more hate. You see, right? You see, smooth operators. You know, and when you're a smooth operator, you be like, damn, that nigga can talk. Yeah. Some people think I can't talk. I don't know why people thought I couldn't talk. Is it between talking and communications? I went to school for communications, the art of communications. For the benefit of those who didn't have the opportunity, that was called representation of the people. That's the concept of representing the people. But that lasts, and that's for not the direct people of your peers. See, then you be a gang of people. If it was just your peers, you just like fuck everybody else. It's about us. No, that was never. That was never in the faithful heart. If you faithful, A alike, we think alike. What's in the faithful heart is that I do things not because of you, because what your parents did. So when you was your parents, that's what I'm talking about. Now that you are you, but when you was your parent, you still didn't listen, and still maybe went to one, from 1 to 100, maybe you did 60, and thought you was righteous. It's not about 60. It's about everything. We seen how what they call the Jews, Nazis, Kanatsis, or whatever, the Yiddish, okay? Me personally, I seen how and smelt how they did it. You see, as far as their clothes, I was right there going to school with them. They were sitting right there at the desk. You know, we ate at the Jewish centers because it was cheaper. But at the same time, you know, every culture has a different smell and a different level of normalness. Just like I was in a family prison, which is a projects. You didn't know it was a family prison until after, when you read the facts of why they built it, you know, and the rules and restrictions and stuff like that. But it was secure. It's like Fort Knox type shit, you know. But matter of fact, Fort Greene, that was a fort, yeah, for the Navy Yard in Brooklyn. So it's like these things right here, and we had the opportunity, or when people was in there, that's when they got there, and then they let other people in there. You know, things start changing. But when you raised in a certain environment, you learn the environment, and then you have knowledge, and you 100 with that knowledge of that environment. But when you leave out that environment, right, but you can stay real to yourself and your purpose in any environment when you got Jesus. Then I say that, and how does how does that affect you when I say the name Jesus? What level are you with Jesus when you say Jesus? Some people here, some people, Jesus, they don't heard it so many times, but they really never, nobody really said Jesus and said, okay, and we're going to talk about Jesus. What does Jesus mean to you? What does it mean to me? And what does it mean to other people? What's their testimony of the word Jesus that everybody say they believe in Jesus? What do you talk? Who? What? Explain yourself. And before you explain yourself with the whole word Jesus, go with the first letter J. Can you do that? Can you break it down? Like to get down for the real crown. Go around with it in the cipher. Explain. Explain yourself. Break it down. Clown. You can't do it. You know why? It wasn't taught to them. And they ain't try to find out. They accepted the bullshit. Get to the getting, get to the real, get to the getting, get to the real, get to the getting, get to the real, get to the real, get to the real. I'm the realest, as you can really see. Yeah, man, we gotta get one of these, man. Shit. Ain't nobody playing. I know you got one, right? You know, that's the whole thing. People, they talk about the government, right? Me, Yankee man, Yankee man, Yankee. And but they run over here and then act like, we don't know nothing at all about what's popping up. But this right here, new millennium, we spit it off and new reset the world, global. We have a lot of kin folks, a lot of connections with the bloodline, into marriages together for many years, going all the way back to the 50s, the 60s, the 30s. We have a lot to think about, to talk. We sit down, we relax. We had happiness together, sadness together, and we done intermingle. We done locked in. We done locked in. We done got in and got to know each other, help each other, through thick and thin, through disasters. So from this time on, we have to understand one thing: respect your damn self. Don't play with yourself, okay? And respect the people here. This is why I go to Trinidad. I respect the people. Respect the people here. The people locked up in jail, and you walking around in clocks. You styling from the British walkers, upholding that. And this right here is the foundation of the empire for the new world. You holding up the things that you're lavishing here in America. But America is not the 48 states or 49 states with Alaska. It's Greenland, Canada, and the 49 states, or 50 states, if you want to call it. You see, and then more Mexico, Central America, South America, all at one family, familiar, who we be, the one and the three. Solidification of the solid, liquid, and gases. Down you go to the J for the gases, with the G and the J. Capital letters. Letters. This means letters, the unknown, unsure of why you speak. You have, but you don't know. You can't dictate. You can't participate. Each day you walk around, but they call naked to the truth of what is being spoken, and say you speak, but you don't know what you say. It doesn't relate to what's needed for your success, continuation, and proper status. So the things we say today to make you feel a certain way, so you know and to be aware of what's coming next. It's called robotics. And that's a whole nother thing to do, as you'll see. Don't think that the Yankee man don't know. Yankee man always in control. Just like every place, you have First Street, Second Street, Washington Avenue. Why do you think you say Morocco here, Morocco there, Morocco many ways? So people say, "Oh, Barack over here, oh, Barack over here." This, this is chitty chat, nothing. Look and see, articulate, do the study of the many sciences that dictates what we call geography, the study of Gia, study the sea. We seamen, we come from the sea. We were put in the dolphins and dropped into the waters. See, it's many things you don't know, so you like because of this right there. This is the problem. Right. Is the money. But this the true money. That's like I said. Right. And this is the truth right there. And this is what you're listening to right there. It don't stop. And it's gonna say Bismillah Rahman right there. With the rain. You see it right there. So let's get with the get down. I'm gonna hit y'all back. Now we do. It's just like that all the time. Asking you